Hello everyone and welcome into today's video where we are checking out Zilliqa again. They just keep on pushing new updates for the ecosystem, so I will give you all the most important points from this update, and also we will check out the price charts in the second half. So if you appreciate those kind of updates, definitely smash the like button or subscribe and let's go. So this new update is all about a new token standard. We've covered this a little bit in a previous video where I said I'm not a huge fan of new standards. However, I think this time with Zilliqa they are really bringing on some new important features which are not addressed by the current token standards. So let's check it out in a little bit more detail. Just so you have a bit of a background, they are not introducing new standards all the time. However, their first standard was established all the way back in 2019 and it was called ZRC-6. It was actually used since November 2019. What are going to be the key innovations with this standard? They say that NFT standards in Ethereum are fragmented, which leads to low adoption of some new features, and that those individual standards lack specific useful functionality such as batch operations, and also ERC-721 has its own inconveniences like impossibility to retrieve a list of token IDs owned by a given holder. So they are mainly aiming to consolidate multiple new features and also on the other hand promote the use of newer ZIL language, which is their very secure programming language in Zilliqa, to optimize contract calls. For this being a decentralized project, they are opening the specification for public review all the way till December 13th. But just to give you a better idea without going all through those specifications, they are basically building on top of ZRC-1, however improving on some major issues they have been facing with this standard. And first of them is royalty information retrieval, because ZRC-1 does not specify any interfaces to capture royalty deals. So ZRC-6 will address this, and they will also add conditional royalty if certain conditions will be fulfilled, or a dynamic royalty which will change over time, and finally a royalty DAO that receives all the royalty fees and is governed by token holders. Second of all, it will improve the token URI, which is either HTTP or IPFS URL that hosts the metadata of the actual NFT. Next, they will implement remote state read, which allows for easy reading of another contract's mutable variables, which just in short will reduce the complexity of the smart contract logic and also the gas consumption costs in the new ZRC-6. As a fourth point, we have a new pause feature, which is a preparation for failures such as smart contract bugs. So there will be some kind of a circuit breaker which will pause the smart contract and provide an upgrade path for resolution of such situations. Next one, which I think is very exciting in my opinion, is batch operations. You can imagine this when you want to buy something, for example on a marketplace. However, you want to buy a multiple pieces of the same thing. However, previously you had to buy each individual piece at a time and of course pay gas fees individually for every single one. However, now you will be able to buy them as a batch, basically a stack of those items at once for one gas fee. Also, they want to make peer-to-peer trading of NFTs much more efficient, and one such implementation can be already found in the ERC-1155, which is proposed by the engine team, which we've covered on this channel previously as well. You can check it right here at the top right hand corner if you have no idea about engine, but they as well know what they are doing. And at number 6 we have some more of a security update where the ZRC-6 will prevent transferring tokens to the zero address or address of a ZRC-6 contract, and finally some compatibility ironing. And with this we can finally jump into the price chart where we can see that there has obviously been some crypto correction again. We can see that Zilliqa has been affected here as well, where we've dropped to pretty much 0.06 US here, and there seems to be quite a lot of support around those levels here, corresponding previously to a bottom around the summer 2021 sell-offs, or also a pretty nice support here previously in the bull run at the beginning of 2021. Finally, these levels correspond to a previous all-time highs from beginning of 2018 over here, so there should be plenty of support. On top of that, we are under those 50 and 100-day moving averages, so we are not extended by any stretch of imagination, which could put Zilliqa to a very interesting position for a buy order. However, we are still under this downtrending resistance line over here, which seemed to be broken over here. However, that was just a false breakout and we are still under this resistance line. So this area looks like a very supportive one. However, there could be still a lot of selling pressure until we break this resistance line, so I would wait a little bit to see what's gonna happen in the next few weeks in the crypto market in general. However, we can also jump into the Zilliqa to Bitcoin ratio here, where we can again see that Zilliqa is in a downtrend in regards to Bitcoin, and we are getting ever closer to this lower support of this major price channel, going all the way from the beginnings in 2018 over here. So that could also be a very interesting area to start a position, because we could get quite a lot of support around those places. And finally, the very important Zilliqa to Ethereum ratio, where last couple of times I've emphasized this support over here, which previously acted as a very strong support in conjunction with this long-term channel going again all the way from the beginning in 2018. So I expected some kind of reversal here. However, the downtrend still continued, and we've even broken this lower support line, and we are heading straight down towards this last bit of defense here, this lower support of this massive price channel. So we can see that in comparison to Bitcoin and also Ethereum, Zilliqa is very beaten down, and actually I think there is much more upside to Zilliqa now in comparison to Ethereum or Bitcoin. Usually crypto works in kind of cycles, so there's a period where it goes up and down in between the specific trend lines over here, which are very well respected. So there could be another window which will open very shortly in the next couple of weeks, where this ratio, for example, could turn again and start rising up towards this upper resistance line over here. So in conclusion, we can say that if the ratio is getting closer to this support down over here, it's objectively a very interesting place to start a position in Zilliqa, because then it overperforms Ethereum in a very large manner. And on the other hand, if we are close to the top of this price channel, close to this resistance, it's objectively a bit of a sell signal. Maybe switch to Ethereum in this case, because Ethereum will overperform Zilliqa after this ratio reaches the top of this price channel. And we can apply the same logic to Bitcoin as well. So I think that in the next couple of weeks we will see actually a bottom of this ratio. And that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If so, make sure to subscribe or like this video if you liked it. It is very much appreciated. So with this, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.